Sergeant America coming at you. Boom. This is going to be a very special, doing single issues of a run that I keep hearing everybody talking. So, dedication to Luke, dedication to Johnny out there, everybody who kept saying it and finally made me check into it. Batman. It was very interesting. The library has single issues, so I was able to grab a whole bunch of them. When I looked at this little one, 26 is a wonderful issue where we see the explanation of Jim Gordon's trench coat. We are, I am introduced to the villain Sawbone, and it was me getting to know Batman all over again. I mean, I've read a little bit of him, DC wise, probably early '90s, late '80s, when I was into comics when I was younger. Haven't done too much DC, but it was Batman from cartoons, Batman from movies, and that. So this was an interesting little touch to get back into this and kind of look at the character. Uh, the new 52 Batman, it's so difficult to make me remember. With New 52, they were starting all over again. So everything in the past is in the past. Doesn't have to do with the Batman that's here now. Everything, is being almost rewritten. And sometimes if it looks exactly the way it was before, it's difficult for my brain to just put away everything pre 52. So, it was interesting to see uh, the haircut, to see, you know, uh, a younger Bruce. I think they mentioned in there he's 25, and it's kind of tough. It's been thinking of him getting older and older as I get older. So it was just an interesting sense to go back to read this one. Um, I know a lot of the Batman fans out there were kind of sick of him being hunted. We see that so often with vigilantes. Whenever somebody new takes charge of Gotham, it always seems to be like one of the things is stopping the Batman or stopping, whoever else is a vigilante at the time. Even though I got to imagine that the public has to love Batman. I was lucky also to get number 27. It's interesting. All of these are highly taped on the back, but I mean, otherwise, there's a little bit of tape on top. Otherwise they're really sturdy, and it's something I'm not seeing in my Marvel comics. My Marvel comics are toilet paper that they printed on. So it was great in 27 to see Jim Corrigan, to find out more of the history of Gotham as they continue to kind of just get you into the storyline with this one of Sawbones and this, and how he's trying to get back at people. Sawbones is not a character that I knew, so it was very interesting to be introduced to him. Like I said, it's a little kind of hit and miss. I started at 26 because that was a little bit of a run that they had. I was able to get 28, the jump to Eternal. Was not expecting that. I mean, and the thing is I've heard about all these comics week after week being part of the comic book roundtable. Of course, I listen and then it dumps out of the back of my memory because I didn't think I'd be reading Batman. But as I'm getting back into it, I'm piecing some of this information together. Um, 34, which is the one shot onto the serial killer who basically wants to be invisible, anonymous. People he's killing, he feels, need to be anonymous. It was very interesting to see that kind of storyline, to see how Batman handles it. I could definitely see why Batman fans love Batman. The character is deep, and the writers, especially like, it's lucky. I mean, I'm jumping into Snyder, and so it was very good to in Capullo, but it was very good to get into Snyder to see. He had a fully encapsulated idea, I believe, of who Batman is, and so he's spelling this out to me in the storylines. It was interesting to to start learning Batman all over again, compared to campy, fun Batman that I did know. A little bit of the pre-52 as he gets darker into the Hush series, and that, it's just, you, I. It's easy to buy this shirt. It's easy to say you're a fan, to watch the movies, to read a little bit of here and there. But for those that are into the seriousness of Batman, um, I can see. I mean, this is one of the quintessential characters, one of the the Trinity, so that DC banks their money on. But I have to say, as I entered Endgame, as we see Batman battling the JLA here, some of the storylines, like I mentioned, jumped into Eternal. The This one, I feel that there was, you still followed the story, but there was parts that were filled out if I were to read JLA or some of the other books. So by doing that, it is, do we consider this a mini event? I didn't get the entire story from just that book. There's other parts of it in other people's stories. I could see how people who don't like Marvel feel because of that kind of issue also, that it's, you want just a comic book that's a comic book. You want it to have the entire story in what you're reading and what you're collecting. So 36 continues Endgame. Once again, it was just, enjoying the stories that were also in the back, the telling of the Joker. The 5 convicts kidnap one of the Arkham doctors, and each are telling a story of Joker. The one will be told at the end that they were right, the others will die. So it was very interesting as we continue into Endgame Part 3. And that's why I grabbed all these. Each one told me, Endgame 1, 2, 3, and 4. Felt like I would be getting the entire story, and like I said, I did. You can read the book Batman. You can enjoy the story Endgame. You can collect the extra pieces if you want all the puzzle filled in. With 36 and 37, we also see Crazy Quilt, or we see a guy who's wearing the outfit. So there are little things I do remember from the past that I could see that somebody who is a huge fan can get more out of it than just a casual reader like myself. Um, I have some of the Batman in trade, so it was good to see the return of the Owls, that this is something that was not going to just disappear, that we still have this re-emerging villain group. 38, as we end on this, except for now that I think about it, there's probably a part 5, isn't there? Because, oh no, I guess I went 38, 39, even though it doesn't say Endgame. I guess this is, as it kind of continues to feed into, this is where the gas is released. I actually wrote notes this time because I know I wouldn't remember all this. I love a team of villains. To see Batman pair up with his team of villains, to see, everybody kind of, support Gotham because it is their town, and, it was wonderful to see them, strap on the mask, to fight with the Batman, to do a little bit. The picture of all of them, Killer Croc and Poison Ivy and the Penguin and Bane all together. I mean, and Clayface. That's what I want my Suicide Squad to be. That's what I want my Secret Six, my bad guy team. I just love that. Things like that potentially could make me jump onto the book. I don't know that I would ever buy single issues. I will probably continue to collect it and trade. I did skip over Zero Year. There was quite a bit of Zero Year there, and from what I heard, I didn't feel that I would appreciate Zero Year. But then we did feed into, of course, 41, Robo Batman, 42. In this part, Batman to me was the superior Spider-Man. I truly enjoyed having somebody else besides Bruce being Batman. So I liked Jim Gordon. I liked the idea. I like what he was working into. Um, I'll continue to listen on a round table. I'm probably going to pay better attention now that I'm getting caught up with this. I'll see if there's other issues at my local library. So I'm thankful my local library has this, that I don't have to just wait around for trades. Uh, Maybe I'm catching the bat bug. I guess that's a worry I have. I hear how many books you guys have to collect, but until then, I guess I have the library to scratch my itch. So hope you page turners continue to enjoy all your reading. Hope you have a good library system somewhere near you, or are able to get your hands on your books. Vote with your dollars. Buy good books. Dump bad books. Um, Enjoy what you read. Love what you got. Catchphrase.